The whole year before that, you really went through some rough times, trudging through the mud. And 2022, I genuinely had. So with ICON for $2 million, from $4 million in 2021, this year, you're heading towards $40 million.
That be all right?
Living a dream is every boy's fantasy, right?
Yeah, it definitely is.
I think these are two of the sickest cars in the world.
Let's talk for a moment about the secret of Black Friday. What's the secret of ICON? The marketing?
For almost 3 years, we've been hitting 7 figures every month. 7 figures.
Still need to discuss this topic with you guys. All of the Netherlands is waiting for it. The hardest moment, the jail. Was that the hardest moment? There you have the brothers.
Both.
What a unique moment. A life in the lineup.
Good that you're here.
And also here in your penthouse in Amsterdam.
Yeah, and the first for you, of course, in the Netherlands. You're with the Onuha brothers.
We have more first coming as we head to the office.
We're going to the office.
Are we going to talk about Black Friday? About the secrets?
Records.
But first, Sanu. Yes. Amsterdam. Yes. How is it for you to be standing here?
Yeah, amazing. This year in general was really quite a challenge. But as people say, challenges only make you stronger. And especially this past month, that was proven with the record month. And for me personally, this is where it all started. The Netherlands. And the sense of freedom I feel here is very special. Freedom, Samuel? What does freedom mean to you? Freedom is the reason I started. I didn't start just for the money. I started because I didn't want to do things that really didn't suit me. I come from a very small village in North Holland where 700 people lived. Every day, cycling 10 kilometers to school, together with Ruben. Wind, weather, setbacks, it didn't matter. That's where that discipline was really formed. But I did feel stuck in a kind of box without inspiration or dreams. Where can I go? And eventually I thought, I just want more. The goal was financial freedom, freedom of time, being able to travel, being able to do and buy what I want, and also not having someone breathing down my neck. I never had any success working for a boss or a school leader. I was easily distracted. I can really focus well if I'm genuinely interested in what I'm working on. Yeah.
Your visual senses, Tom. Right? But this is kind of un-Dutch, isn't it?
Yeah, you'll never see this here. Yeah, but it's a boyhood dream, right? Yeah.
It definitely is, for sure.
The ultimate boyhood dream. Yeah. I think about everything with the cars, that they both match. I think they're two of the coolest cars in the world. Matching license plates, matching interiors.
Was that also a dream? Did you visualize that?
This one I visualized, because for me, my personal dream car was a Cullinan. I visualized that together with a mansion on the Palm. Really? And once I put that goal on my vision board, with it, a year and a half later, it happened. Really? That's just...
Not normal. A year and a half, right?
Actually, that is exactly right.
The old school entrepreneurs, aside from e-commerce, they need at least 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, but look, we've also been doing this for quite a while, you know? In the end, we've already been at it for 7, 8 years in the game. Of course, people look at the successes we have now, but it's not like we just showed up out of nowhere. We've also been doing this for a long time. And the most beautiful thing about entrepreneurship is you're building a kind of compound effect. So in the beginning, it can go slower. But once you hold on to that momentum, then you can really push through and make big strides. And that's how it went for us. Because people see our success. They see what we do, but they don't see how much we really sacrifice for this. We've given everything, and we still do. We truly live for this, for growth, for success, for impact. That's all we do.
Because of course, we only see the good things on social media. How many hours do you go for?
Both of you, basically constantly. From early when we wake up until late at night, because that's what people forget. We have a business where you're sitting behind your laptop. You have meetings. You manage people. That takes up a lot of time. But even if we're not specifically working in the office, we're still creating content, which is also real work. And you create your own content. You know how much time and energy goes into it, especially the volume that we do. Last year, we uploaded 65 videos to YouTube. That takes so much time and energy. For us, we're basically working 24/7.
Yeah, that's really nice. The SVJ. Yeah. Why this Lamborghini?
A Lamborghini SVJ Roadster, one of 800, really is the ultimate Lambo.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
This is the ultimate.
When you're sitting in it, does it still do something for you? What does it still do? That.
It's a really good question because, a lot of people don't really think about this. But the further you get, the fewer things actually still do something for you. Of course, when I look at this, it puts a smile on my face because it's not normal. When I see that interior, I think, wow. But it will never be the same as, of course, that very first car. Or the very first time I made 1,000 euros in a day. Because at that moment, I knew this is going to transform my whole life and I would never be the same again. But now we already do it. It's just a car now. Now it's a measurement of your success. That's what it really is. It's not. When we get that car, we're not standing on the table dancing and thinking, this is just insane, which is also very strange. But I think some other entrepreneurs can definitely relate to this. If you have such a strong vision that you believe in, when you achieve those things, it's not like you're over the moon, because in your mind, you already knew, I'm gonna do this. It's the same as now, when we made more than 1 million in a single day. We look at each other like, yeah, this is crazy, but we had already done it in our minds. Yeah, exactly. So we had already achieved it. I think it's huge. Also, the goals we've already achieved. You have to tell me something about those license plates. Yeah, so as you can see, the numbers are the same. Year of birth, 1999. License plates themselves in Dubai are very rare when it comes to limitations. So those are either short numbers, certain number sequences, or years of birth. Or for example, 1999. Yeah, you could have someone named, exactly, Johan as a first name who really wants to have exactly that one. So that can also drive the value up even more. Skyrocket. And yeah, they're expensive. Yeah, how much does something like that cost? This one costs 80,000 euros. Jesus. This one and this one too?
But then you have to pay Kleis.
Yeah, because they're separate license plates. The 11 from Lamborghini. The 11 from Lamborghini. We also heard more from the book from 2002 among.
The L from Leckerman. Yeah, it's a good thing you guys had a good Black Friday. Yeah, that's right. But look, it's not like you pay this and the money is gone. No. These are super liquid. Yeah.
Over the years, it becomes worth more.
Really? Yeah.
Imagine, I need 80,000 euros tomorrow. I can go to the RTA and sell this there immediately. Get cash, 80,000 euros. And where do you think Dubai will be in 10 years? Only more people are coming to Dubai. So those new plates will also become more valuable. They're not making any more of them. Now they're adding more of theirs. But nobody wants to have 3 letters here. It's scarcity, and that's why it's a good investment.
Like you just said, I read somewhere that every 10 minutes, a new millionaire registers in Dubai.
But Dubai is a cheat code for entrepreneurs. Yes, honestly.
That's true.
Because in the end, you know yourself. It's a moment where you surround yourself. And there, you surround yourself with millionaires and billionaires. So even if you're someone who's not at that level yet at all, the first time I went to Dubai was in 2020, right before COVID. With ICON, I was maybe making 50,000 euros in revenue per month. But yeah, I got there, I saw the big buildings, and before you do it, you know how it goes. Connecting with millionaires, and I knew I need to surround myself here, at least for a few weeks or months a year, to broaden your vision, to network. And it changed everything, because it's just unreal. It gave so much motivation from the moment we set foot in Dubai and saw what was possible. Seeing guys our age already driving Lamborghinis and things like that over there. We were there for a week, and back then it was really still just the beginning for us. Then we were back in the Netherlands, and the only thing we did was just work, grinding. Yeah, until we got here, yeah.
And now here we are on Mazudes.
I also think that if it hadn't been for Dubai, this wouldn't have happened. So I'm really grateful to Dubai as well. Also, because look, I'm 26. Ruben is 23. Last month, we turned over almost 10 million. That would never have happened if we had only stayed in the Netherlands. Here, you're not pushed to think bitter. It's got nothing to do with me having anything against the Netherlands. I love the Netherlands. But here, you're basically frowned upon if you stick your head too far above the cornfield. And we did that pretty quickly. So when I just moved to Amsterdam, I was still living with my mom before that. Within a year, we had already completed the game. Because at that time, we were making 300 grand a month with ICON. And then you're immediately the big shot. You can have your champagne everywhere and just accept that. But we just wanted more. And I didn't know anyone who was 21 and making $1 million a month. But when I went to Dubai, I did see that. I thought, let's do it. Still need to discuss the topic with you guys. There.
The whole of the Netherlands is waiting for this. The hardest moment, the jail. Was that the hardest moment?
One of the hardest moments, 100%. I don't think anyone really wants to go through that. It's the toughest thing you can experience in life. It's prison abroad. Honestly, I wouldn't wish it on my worst day. But when I look back now, I can really look back and think, this was meant to be. I believe that things happen for a reason in life, and that this challenge was really meant for us, to make us stronger, to make us even more mature, to show us even more what truly matters in life. Because look, we can go in any direction we want, in business, in personal life. And I think this really showed us, like, okay, this is what matters. These are the people you don't want around, and these are the ones you do. And now I can look back positively at how we managed to keep going and what you got out of it, what you took from it. But of course, there's a lot you'd rather forget too. Yeah, I guess.
So tell me, how was that experience for you, Ruben?
Yeah, definitely the toughest period of my entire life. When you're just going full speed with your business and in life, and out of nowhere, you're just thrown into such a, nightmare. Yeah, that was really tough. Of course, we were lucky that we were in there together. But in the end, those circumstances were just really harsh. And especially when you're in our position and just doing well in life and treating other people well and really not doing anything right at all. And then to be thrown into such a drama, that's tough. And one thing is being locked up, but the second thing is that people start spreading nonsense about you online and in the media. That was on top of everything else. If you saw what was written in every article or on Instagram pages, I didn't see anything that was even close to the truth. So that was also tough, especially for our parents. And for friends, family, people close to us in the outside world who then see so much nonsense online, and they see things being said about your son that are nowhere near the truth. Yeah, that's tough. But what really kept us strong was never forgetting who you are and what you do. And besides that, just having faith in God. Because in the end, that's the only thing you have left when everything else is taken from you. You always still have your faith to turn to. We know. Even on our toughest days, Samuel and I always stayed positive with each other and said, okay, if we get through this, then we're going to do things this way and that way. Then we're going to go all out with the business and everything else. We didn't complain or whine even once. Because we understand that as leaders, you have to set the right example. And if they notice that, okay, they don't know what's going on, they're afraid, or they're struggling. That's not possible. That's just how we operate in general. How would that come across to our employees if the boss is falling apart or something like that? We've always stayed positive, always optimistic. I think optimistic to almost a delusional level. We were really walking around in there like that. Yeah, everything is fine. Just keep your head up. And this really makes us machines. This really makes us killers for the future. And with all the principles we eat. And that got us through the day. We prayed together every day. We had formed a kind of small church service. And every day we just kept our heads up and stayed positive, no matter how hard it was.
God
Yes.
We really need to talk about that for a moment too. It plays a big role in your lives.
Yes, it's really the common thread. To be completely honest, for me, when I look at life, the life we live now, the fact that we're sitting here side by side like this, the business we run, how we've overcome certain things, obstacles, just from a young age up until now. I can only trace it back or attribute it back to God. We just feel deeply blessed. I have a different perspective. When it comes to God, I think a lot of people are like, okay, I believe in God, so I don't need to do anything else in life. But I think I'm so grateful that I actually want to get everything out of life. And I want to make God proud of the things I do, helping people. And I think for me, the number one purpose in this life is really to help people and to inspire people. And that also directly relates to where we are now. From a young age, I've just been a giver. I've helped everyone around me. From the moment I found my own success, I told others about it that very same day. You guys need to do this too. I showed everything. If you give so much, you get it back. And that's what God wants. Everything we give, we get back threefold from above. And because of that, we can't lose anymore. Because as long as I'm good to another person, I just know that I'll get it back too. Get it back. And that's how many more people should approach life. As long as you are a good person, treat others with respect and kindness, you'll get it back too.
Hey guys, we've arrived at the Hemsalters.
That's right.
Two of these cars.
Yeah, this is unreal.
First time on the A10.
Yeah, also the first time our employees are seeing the cars. So I'm curious what they think of them.
Really curious about their reactions.
Yeah.
But this is where the magic happens, right? That's right, ICON's office. This
is really the headquarters. We've been in this building since 2021. So we've actually already outgrown this place. We also have our second building, our second office right behind here. So that should be good for the next 1 to 2 years. After that, we really plan to go even bigger. So we're already looking at where we can move to next. Because in terms of the numbers we're doing, we've already outgrown this. It's better to be in a slightly smaller building and pay a bit less for it than to go too big right away, pay too much for it. Besides, you often have 5-year contracts. We've already been here for almost 4 years now. And in those 4 years, we've really gone from 4 million in 2021 to this year, you're just heading towards 40 million. Yeah, so that's a 10 times in 4 years time. Let's go it.
Yeah. Welcome to the heart where it all happens after such a year.
After the results we've achieved, and also the great team we have and how close everyone is, and how everyone believes in the vision. That's number one for me.
Do you often share the plans? Is that once a year? Yes.
That's the most important thing you have to do as a founder. So every quarter, we always have a quarterly meeting with the whole company. Even people who live abroad, we all come together and then we go over the quarterly plans. And in that, our role is to share that vision very strongly again. And our vision is actually just to become the biggest in our sector. And our sector is casual, menswear, but at an affordable price, because we always want to be able to offer fair prices, because that actually comes from. When we were young, we also just wanted to look good, to buy good clothes, and it had to be affordable. So we want to
simply make a profit, that the customer is happy with the quality of the product. And that's the most important thing for us. We don't want to charge a few €100 extra for a sweater when it can be done for less. We just want to have a fair price.
The price we're offering now is actually still too low for how high our quality is. And customers see that too.
Where do you continuously get the knowledge to take the next step for the company? Because you're realizing about 40 million this year, right?
Yes, a little less.
But those are huge amounts. What was the most difficult moment for you in achieving a certain level of growth?
The biggest step we've taken was from 2022 to 2023. 2022 was, I think, the most difficult year ICON has ever had. That was also the moment when I thought, maybe I should sell ICON? Because at that time, I didn't see the potential, and there really wasn't a proper company yet. In terms of brand, we definitely had potential, but if you don't have the right structure behind it, you really have no idea where it could go. So much was happening, and there was also a lot of hassle. The accountant had made a complete mess of things. I was just stuck in a really deep swamp, so to speak. That year, 2022, we really went deep to take a look. Where are the shortcomings in the business? And to be completely honest, at the same time, in the back of my mind, I was still thinking maybe it needs to be sold. And during that sales process, I quickly realized that it was not built to sell. The company didn't have enough structure to be able to hand it over.
It was too dependent on you guys.
Yeah, exactly. It was more of a hustle than a truly sustainable business with the right employees. We also had absolutely no system. We didn't even have a proper profit sheet. You know what I mean? Also, because of course you're still young, a lot has changed in your life and you move really fast in a short period of time. And at the beginning, things go well until they don't. And that's when we really shifted from that hustle mode to actually building a sustainable long-term business.
Yes, that's where the hustle mode died, and we really stepped into CEO mode. By building real structure, going back to, okay, how do you want your business to run even without you? What is the most important thing that has worked in the past few years? That's where we need to go and where we shouldn't go. Because, for example, we also launched a collection that just didn't fit at all with what our current customers liked at the time. And yes, with fashion. Fashion is just a ruthless.
Since one bad collection can break your company.
Yes, it can sink you right away. Absolutely.
And besides that, we've always had a strong e-com network. There were also certain contacts back then who were able to help me out of trouble. And also thinking about the accounting side of things, that was a complete mess. In the end, I really found the best accountants in all of the Netherlands who immediately saw what was going on, where things went wrong. And that immediately opened our eyes. Like, okay, there's way more potential in the brand than we ever thought. And the most bizarre thing is actually, in 2022, I honestly sold ICON for $2 million, $3 million. I would have accepted it right away. But we were really at the point where we thought we were going to lose everything. And fast forward.
And nobody wanted to buy it.
Back then.
In the past. So many. Samuel already had 20, 30 conversations with different buyers, and none of them wanted it.
Because it didn't have the right structures, the right systems. A lot of the things, think of a P&L, profit sheet, balance sheet. There wasn't any of that at all. And yeah, in the end, that would have been the very best. And I really prayed, please God, I really want to sell it. Yeah, but in the end, it's not your own plan, but God's plan. And the year after that, at the beginning of 2023, when we had everything back on track. And that was, yes, from January 2023. From that moment on, we consistently made over €1 million in revenue every month. And I think the month after that, I got an offer of 10 million euros.
Wow.
And then my advisor, who had helped me with that exit for a whole year, called me up. He says, yeah, Sam, we now have an offer from a buyer in New York. Man, this is exactly what you were looking for. And I want to discuss it with you because this is so crazy. He's offered a few million above the asking price. At that time, I was at around 6 or 7 million asking price. And because our balance sheet was growing so fast and you could just see the potential because things were moving so quickly. And then we really sat down together. Like, what are we going to do now? You get an offer like that. And the whole year before, you really went through the mud for it. And you would have done anything for it back then. And then we looked at each other and actually made the decision not to do it. We had everything we wanted. We had a brand with insane potential. We were making incredible profits. Meanwhile, our personal lifestyles also looked very different.
We're both in a good place. On top of that, we were in Dubai and we were doing a lot of networking. Other businesses were also doing well, so we had absolutely no reason to sell. And I would also tell Sam Washit there was still so much more potential in the brand. I was feeling good, he was feeling good, and then together, decisions. Yeah.
I had several different calls with other prominent and successful founders. And they also said, you just have to keep going.
Yeah, just step on the gas.
Yeah, because if you get this offer now and you go 4 times bigger, the multiple will go up again. So then we just said, fuck it, okay, we're gonna keep going. And then so in 2022, we did 6 million that year. In 2023, we jumped straight to 20 million in revenue. That was
Big leap.
everything changed from that moment on. We haven't had a single month under 1 million since then. So that's already more than 2 years now. For almost 3 years, we've been doing it every month. 7 figures. Yeah, stop. Every month.
And now, even in a single day.
Yeah, can you imagine? That's just insane. Good to see you. I didn't know you'd be at the office. Good afternoon.
We're going to talk a bit about the secret of Black Friday. What's the secret of ICON?
The marketing? This also has a lot to do with our way of creating hype and a marketing strategy that we've really managed to perfect over the years. And actually, if I look back at ICON's history, since 2018, we were already setting records around Black Friday. From that year on, every year, we've managed to double or even triple that. Number one, what's really important if you want to have big days is that you work towards a sale and hype it up in advance.
December is truly an amazing month. Look, for us, it's a bit less now because we've sold a lot of stock. So we know, okay, we've pushed out so much stock. We have less to offer on our website, so revenue goes down a bit. We actually have
Overperformance. In November, we even already sold out the December stock. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, that's great too.
Yeah, but that was also if the performance allows it. We said, we're just going to go for the maximum, really squeeze the lemon dry.
We had wanted to collaborate with an icon for a long time. For example, in the past, you've seen us with Rico Verhoeven, who was also truly an icon in sports. But this year we were looking, okay, we really wanted to look at an icon on a global scale because of course we're now mainly growing outside the Netherlands. And who better than Lewandowski, the striker from Barcelona? So we were already in contact with several footballers and their management. And each time it just wasn't quite right, or it didn't fully fit the brand, because that's actually the most important thing. We would never do a collab and pay a lot of money for someone who doesn't stand behind the brand, or who doesn't wear our style of clothing.
Or who doesn't connect with the target audience. You could pick a really famous young person who's super cool on Insta, but if it doesn't match with ICON and the clothing, it's not right. And that's why with Liwa, it's perfect.
Everything you do on a next level. And everything you do leaves the competition far behind you.
Yeah, because we were just talking about that in the car, right? About wanting to do things with your brand that others can't copy.
Right.
And this is the textbook example
of that. It hits the nail on the head.
Yeah.
So was this it? Was this the Onuha season?
Onuha season, yeah. Born.
Are we just getting started though?
The on you effect.
Yeah, the Onuha effect in full motion. We're gonna do that with the ICON effect too. I made a deal with Samuel. I'll see you again in August. In July or in August. And what was the deal? What have you achieved, Ben? We
have taken over all of America.
Nice, man. Well, if we close on that, I want to thank you. I really thought it was a fantastic interview.
Great video.
Really great. Give me a hug too. That's really great. I enjoyed you both. Then lie.
We cheer in
Sardinia. Yes, 100% should have worked out. I enjoyed you both. Really cool. Entrepreneurs. What you have achieved, ups, downs, and what you're headed, your mindset.
Open book.
Jesus Lord.
That's it.
It's amazing.
So stay strong and make every goal come true. And just keep inspiring people and making an impact. That's really the point.
And keep giving to wonderful people. And limit your network. Yeah.
Thank you for the scoop. Yeah, great.
And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out our YouTube channel. Subscribe there as well. And if you want to see more about eCom or our brand, you can also find us on Instagram. So see you in the next video.
Ciao, ciao. Like and subscribe.